privileges during different parts of our lives, knowing Miriam, letting her fill our lives. She was the cause of me knowing that big smile. And as I look around here, I can say each one of us are touched by her life. Each one of us have come here today as a memorial of her passing. But each one of us are connected together with somebody very special. And these last 2 days, as I put some words on paper to share about such a wonderful woman, I can honestly say there were times when I laughed. Because, you know, with such a character like that, she always made me laugh. She always had such a big, broad smile. That Filipino smile that is so characteristic. And there were other times when I cried. I read these words and I shared them with my wife, and I cried. And as I share them with you, I'm sure you'll hear some of Miriam's character, the wonderful character, come through in them. And as we walked around, we met different people, and every single one of them said the same thing. What a wonderful lady, leaving us a real legacy in our hearts. That smile will live with us always. Isn't that true? On Friday evening last week, Miriam phoned one of her many good friends. And as was typical of Miriam's calls, the two ladies talked for what seemed like an hour. Suddenly, Miriam interrupted the call and simply said, "I gotta go. I gotta go." Indeed, she did have to go. A greater call awaited her as the Lord called her back home. Although we know that she's now in a better place, safe with her precious Angela, the going has left us sad and at great loss. Each one of us are here today because we were touched by her life, impacted by her kindness, encouraged by her enthusiasm, and inspired by her witness. Here was a lady that through her dynamism packed at least 100 years of living into her lifetime. She was never satisfied with anything other than living life at the speed of light. She was the only person I knew that seemed to be able to live in 2 time zones at once and do a 1-hour workout in just 10 minutes. Isn't that true of her? Every time I met her, she was busy. If we walked with her, she was always leading the way. Everything she did was with a smile, with zealousness, with laughter, and she really packed it in. She was always industrious, always enthusiastic, always living life to the full, always ready to give a word of advice, and always there for other people. Miriam never came to visit empty-handed. We were fortunate to live just around the corner from Tom and Miriam, and even if it was just for 10 minutes, she always brought a gift. She always blessed, she always gave. Often out of the little she had, she found a way to enrich the lives of others. She frequently packed parcels to send back to the Philippines. Sometimes we'd go around to the house and there was a big load of goodies on the carpet and a box, and we wouldn't even have to ask, "What are you doing?" We just knew that some person in a faraway island in Cebu City or somewhere would receive a bundle of her love. She frequently packed parcels, as I say, to the Philippines. He was one generous soul whose life seemed to be focused on others. Miriam was always cooking, more often than not, for guests, friends and family, and Tom and the boys never went hungry. Her Filipino hospitality, faithfulness, friendship, passion for life, and that good cooking always made her home a very welcome place. She fed us one of our very first meals when we moved to the USA. Indeed, she opened her home to us and let us stay for several weeks. With Miriam, there was always an open door and an open heart. Both of our families went through difficulties these last years, yet she always held her head up. She kept smiling, that trademark smile, and always saw the very best in everything. "Come on, girls," she would say, as she would encourage ladies. She would always lead by example, unafraid to press on and never shying away from hard work or long hours. She was uncomplicated. She said things the way they were and always brought a smile to anyone's day. After every sunrise, there is a sunset. And even though the sun may have gone down on Miriam's life, she leaves us all with sunshine in our hearts. that warmth of laughter and good memories of a truly wonderful woman, ever faithful wife, and the very best mother that her children could ever wish for. We surely have lost a unique and wonderful friend. Suddenly there is a little less color and a little less beauty in the world, yet her memory, like the impact she had on our lives, those of our children and even our grandchildren, will always live on. Mikey, Tom Tom, know that your mother was a truly wonderful example to us all. Live like she did, and you will touch many. Remain as faithful to your spouses as she was to your dad, and you will live well. Set aside time for others and live as a Christian example like she did, and you will surely touch God's heart. Miriam has indeed answered the greater call and gone on ahead, perhaps to prepare a welcome for us all. Yet she has left us all better people for having known her. She was surely of greater stature than her size, a woman amongst women and friend of all. God bless you, Miriam. We love you. Amen. I want to call now on Mikey. He wants to share a few words on his mind. Bless you.
Smile, everyone. It's what my mom would want to see. I just want to thank everybody for coming. It's been a true blessing to just know how many lives you touched, and having our family here has just made this moment so much easier. And I've just got so much support our family has, and we just thank